first timers, and welcome back to another episode with your girl, First Time Recipe with Lolo. Getting into this recipe, just like the title says, following up the bone ribs, you're going to gather your seasonings for your ribs, which is your mustard, honey, salt, pepper, chili powder, onion powder, garlic powder, paprika, and brown sugar, baby. Then you're going to get you a baking pan and cut up a large yellow onion into some rings, because this is going to be the base to where you're going to put your ribs on. Okay, so it can steam nicely. It's not at the bottom of the pan sticking, and you're going to add a little bit of water at the same time. Now with your ribs, guys, I ain't gonna hold you. This part was tough, tearing the membrane off the back of it. You know, this is my first time cooking ribs, because I usually get the prepared ribs off ready where I gotta cook it for a minute, but this is tough. You gotta tear it off with a chainsaw. But I eventually got it together, of course. So then you're going to put your mustard and your honey, and you're going to spread it all over your ribs, front and back. This is where you want to make sure you massage this into your ribs. You want to get it real good with the mustard and honey. Now, this is the part where it's going to get real messy. You're going to add all your seasonings. And this is the dry rub, believe it or not. You're going to rub it front and back. Even if you got to add a little bit of mustard and honey, do that, okay? A little bit more goes a long way. You just want to make sure it's evenly spread out and prepared on both sides, okay? Then you're going to cut your ribs into 3 or 2 bones apart, okay? So it's not hard at all. You just got to have the right knife to do it. And then you're going to put it on your bed of onions. Okay, so that way you can have it steamed and it's not sticking to the bottom of the pan when you put it in the oven. You want to make sure you preheat your oven to 300 and put those ribs in there. And it's going to take like 3 hours, but you're going to put your foil on top of it. 300, make sure you got foil on top of it, and you let it steam for 3 hours. That is the key. So guys, 3 hours later, this is what it looks like, okay? It is actually falling off the bone. You can't even put your fork through it without the bone coming out of it, and that's what you want right there, okay? You're going to use Sweet Baby Ray's, and that's the barbecue sauce I use, but you can use any barbecue sauce that you want. But as you can see right here, the ribs is actually falling off the bones, and that's exactly what you want, okay? Just pour that barbecue sauce all over your ribs, okay? At this part, you want to put it front and back, and you want to bump your oven up to like 350 and let your ribs cook for about 15 minutes and let that barbecue sauce just sink into the meat, and then it'll be ready and set to go. So yes, I did some steamed broccoli with mine, along with some mashed potatoes. But this is about the ribs, not about the sides, guys, okay? And this is what it's going to look like coming out the oven. You got your little burnt spots, but that's what you like to see on ribs, right? And it also falls off the bones. It was really good. And you can taste all the flavors, and it's falling off the bone. It's hot, nice, juicy, and you cannot go wrong with this recipe at all, as long as you just follow the steps, and you have yourself bone fallen ribs. So first timers, comment down below and let me know how your ribs turn out. As you can see, those ribs are falling off the bones and you don't even need a fork. But who eats ribs with a fork anyway? Well, maybe some people do. But until next time, guys.